Drew McKissick is the chairman of the South Carolina Republican Party, among those endorsing Donald Trump, and is with us now. Mr. Chairman, thank you. We appreciate it. Good to see you. Let's be fair about this. Is this about personality or is it about policy?
Well, first off, just to be clear, we haven't endorsed anybody. The state GOP here in South Carolina is neutral in the campaigns. And that's one of the things that's enabled us to keep the First in the South primaries, because people expect us to, have a neutral playing field and play things straight. And we are. But when it comes to, how things are going to proceed here, I mean, South Carolina's different. It's not Iowa. It's not New Hampshire. The electorate's different here. From an issue standpoint, you could look at probably the same issues that people are looking at nationally, but you could probably add, 7 to 10 points to the conservative side of the equation in terms of responses and where the electorate is. The issues, have moved, I think, to the right here over the years since she has been governor. The highlight on issues like immigration now, on the economy, and on things related to trade, and, go down the line, the latest raft of
I get all that, and forgive me, we had that you had endorsed Trump, so that is our mistake here. But what I'm trying to figure out is, you have a woman who was a popular governor. She won re-election, I think, by double digits or very close to it. And yet, you've got a situation where she's just getting shellacked in the polls by Donald Trump. And I'm trying to figure out what it is about her that, even though she was a popular governor, it's not even split. It's not even close. What just your analysis, what there is there?
Sure. Well, I think it goes back to those issues that I was talking about. We've got the ground here has moved over the years, if you will, more to the right, for one thing. And in no disrespect to the former governor, I mean, the last time she was on the ballot here was in 2014. So it's been 10 years. Now, both of them, both Governor Haley and President Trump, have both won statewide primaries here. They've both won general elections here. Very respectable in that sense. Yeah, but the ground, I think, has shifted to the right here over the years. And that's different. Also, the electorate here is not the same electorate that you have in those other states, as I pointed out. And look, since 1980, nobody has gone on to win the White House from the Republican Party without winning South Carolina. I'll point that out. That just momentum that you get here from winning that primary here is going to be critical. It's always been very hard fought over. It will be again this time. If I could, give an analogy to what we're probably looking at here a month from now is what we had with McCain-Bush back in 2000. That was a very hard fought primary.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. And look, as the saying goes, politics ain't beanbags. It's a full contact sport. And we remember what happened, right, to John McCain in South Carolina in 2000 with the robocalls accusing him of having an illegitimate daughter. It was actually a daughter that he had adopted. It was about as low, I think we could both agree, about as low as you get. Are those kinds of tactics coming, you think?
Well, I think what you're looking at, though, is just very, very hard-fought campaigning on both sides.
Okay.
Typically, over the years.
I'm glad you said that, because it is now a hard-fought campaign, right? And I get the Donald Trump press releases. I'm getting a press release from him every day trashing Nikki Haley. And this is what I can't figure out. If things are as wide in the polls as they are, if Donald Trump is going to run away with South Carolina, which you've made a case for, why is he spending time elevating and attacking Nikki Haley? It almost makes me wonder if there's something in their internals that they realize he may be more vulnerable than we all think.
I'm not going to get into campaign strategies and why they do messaging the way they do. So, I mean, I'll leave that to them. I mean, what I can say is when we look around the state, we look at where, say, for instance, endorsements have gone. I mean, they have gone overwhelmingly to President Trump. All of our statewide elected officials, all but one member of Congress, I think about 40 or 50 state legislators. That's big, and that says something about what they're hearing within their constituencies around the state. I think that's fair.
Yeah, no, to your point, Nancy Mace said that when she made her endorsement of Nikki Haley. All right, Mr. Chairman, we appreciate it. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you on the trail down in South Carolina. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven
unbiased coverage.